All right, today we're looking at section 6.4, applications and linear systems. So basically we're looking at word problems. And so all we're going to do in this note set is we're going to work out setting up the system equations, and then for homework or classwork you're going to solve them using whatever solution method you choose, elimination, substitution, or graphing. All right, so let's get started. Well, here's some hints first. If your equations are set up where both equations are set y equals everything else, that's a good method for graphing. If you have an equation where one of your variables has already been solved for, that's a good situation for substitution. Or if you have two equations where the coefficients either are the same number but opposite signs and they line up, you can use elimination. Or if it's very easy multiplication or manipulation, elimination would also be a good method to use there as well. All right, so example 1. Mr. P wants to open a Grater's Ice Cream in Marysville. Suppose he buys the freezer for $2,850. It costs $1.45 to make a single scoop of ice cream. If he sells each single scoop for $2.95, how many scoops does he need to sell to break even? So in this problem, we're going to have two different equations. We're going to have one equation talking about just the cost to set up the business or run the business, and one dealing with profit. So in both cases, we have a total amount of money. So let's let cost, the total be T, equals the initial setup cost, which is $2,850, plus the cost per scoop. So $1.45 per scoop. So we'll make that an S. You can use another variable if you like. Then the profit, or the total profit, is going to be equal to the amount of money they make per scoop. So $2.95 S. These are your two equations, and now you just need to solve them. Based on the way these two equations are set up, I would probably use substitution. Example 2. Mr. P used to make pizzas. Each pizza cost $5.25 in materials. He would sell them for $11.75 per pizza. His store had expenses of $26,000 per month. How many pizzas does he need to sell in a month to break even? So this is going to be part of the cost. Ignore the per month part because we're only looking at 1 month. And this is the amount he sells them for, and this is the amount it costs to make them. So once again, we're looking at a situation of cost and profit. So to make the pizzas, the total cost is equal to the initial setup fee, or the monthly fee here, of $26,000 plus how much it costs to make each pizza. And so we'll say pizza. The profit, or the total profit, is equal to the $11.75 per pizza he sells the items for. So once again, this problem is probably best solved using substitution. If our numbers weren't so large, I'd say graphing, but they're rather large, so we're going to use substitution. Because keep in mind, you can plug this value in, that T equals, in for T here, and solve for P. And that's going to give you how many pizzas you need to break even. Third example, you have $3.70 in dimes and quarters. You have 19 coins in total. How many of each do you have? So we're going to have two different equations here. We're going to have one equation that's dealing with the actual monetary values and one that's going to deal with the quantity of coins. So our money one, we know that we have $3.70 in total, which is equal to some combination of dimes and quarters. Well, keep in mind a dime is 10 cents, so 0.1 times the number of dimes we have, plus a quarter is 25 cents, so 0.25 Q. Your second equation is dealing with the quantity of coins. Well, we know we have 19 coins in total, and that is of some combination of dimes and quarters. For this problem, you can get by solving the second equation for one of the variables and then substituting, or if you really want to, you can multiply the bottom equation by the bottom or top equation by something and use elimination. So this one's up to you. Example 4, the cost of 4 scarves and 6 pairs of mittens is $52. The cost of 2 pairs of mittens is $1 more than the cost of 1 scarf. How much does each cost? So the first sentence actually gives us our first equation. So we're going to say 4, let's say S for scarves, plus 6M for mittens equals $52. We know that 2 pairs of mittens, so 2M for our second equation, equals 1 more than the cost of a single scarf, so 1 plus S. If I were going to solve this problem, I would probably use substitution, and to do that, I would rewrite the second equation so that I would subtract over the 1, so I'd get 2M minus 1 equals S. And then I would take what S equals, which is 2M minus 1, and I'm going to plug it in for S into the first equation. And then I would solve it. Example 5, half a bacon pizza plus 3/4 of a mushroom pizza has 820 calories. 1/4 a bacon pizza plus a whole mushroom pizza has 790 calories. How many calories are in a whole bacon and a whole mushroom pizza? So we have our two equations basically in the two separate sentences. So let's say 1/2 B for bacon plus 3/4 M for mushroom equals 820 calories. Where the next sentence tells us 1/4 bacon plus 1 whole mushroom pizza equals 790. So these are your two equations, and you just need to solve them. In this problem, I would probably use elimination, so my personal preference here would be elimination. So now you just need to figure out what you have to multiply by to eliminate. Next example. Matt has $100 in a banking account or checking account and deposits $20 per month. Ben has $80 in a checking account and deposits $30 per month. When will the two accounts have the same balance? So for this problem, we have to write an equation for Matt and an equation for Ben. So in this case, Matt's total money is equal to the $100 he currently has plus the $20 he deposits per month. Ben's total money is equal to the $80 he has plus the $30 per month. And so these two equations are set up perfectly for substitution. So you should be able to substitute here to figure out how many months it's going to take before they have the same amount of money. And then to find what is the balance, don't forget, you probably want to plug this back in and see what the balance would be at that month. Next one, Game of Thrones season is going out on DVD and Blu-ray. The DVD set costs $25 and the Blu-ray set is $45. Best Buy has sold 26 items total for a cost of $1,030. How many of each did they sell? So once again, we're dealing with a situation where we're going to be talking about money or dollar amounts as opposed to total quantity of items sold. So for money, we have to think about, in this case, the cost of the Blu-ray and the cost of the DVD. Well, we know the DVD costs $25, plus the $45 Blu-rays, and so whatever combination of those items that were sold came out to be a total of $1,030. overall quantity-wise, we know that some combination of DVD and Blu-rays in general, that there were 26 total items sold. So that would be DVD plus Blu-ray equals 26. For this particular problem, you could use elimination or substitution. I found elimination to be the easiest here, as long as you know what to multiply by. So elimination should work pretty well. A movie theater charges $6.50 for a matinee showing and $8.75 for an evening showing. They sold a total of 378 tickets with a total revenue of $2,929.50. How many of each ticket did they sell? So once again, we're dealing with a money and quantity system here. So let's think about money first. We know that each matinee ticket is $6.50. So that's 6.5 M plus the evening tickets, which are $8.75. So 875 E equals your total money raised, or $2,929.50. Then we know that we don't know what quantity of each ticket was sold, but we know together the matinee tickets plus the evening tickets totaled out to be 378 tickets. And so now we have our two equations, now we just need to solve. And so in this case, substitution or elimination will work fairly well. Next one. The perimeter of a rectangle is 56. The length is one more than twice the width. Find the length and the width. So we talked about this earlier in the week. Perimeter for a rectangle is equal to 2 lengths plus 2 widths. But we know the perimeter in this case, so we can replace P with what the perimeter is. It's 56. So there's equation 1. We then know that the length is one more than twice the width. So that's your other equation. And so this one is perfectly set up for substitution. The sum of two numbers is 60. The difference of twice the first number and the second is 18. Find each number. So let's think about the first part. The sum of two numbers. Well, that means the two numbers should be adding together. So x plus y equals 60. Then they say difference. So your second equation talks about difference or subtraction. So the difference of twice the first number, so that'd be like 2x, and the second number, so y, equals 18. So these are your two equations. And this system is perfectly set up for elimination. So use elimination to solve this. All right, so now that we have all the equations set up for all of the word problems on this set, your job is now to solve all of these systems.